Hello, beautiful ones. This is Lorelei from the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions. Now, you might say, what in the world is 5D? And that's a great question, but it's not one I can answer in 30 seconds. But stick around to the end and I'm going to give you a special 5D message. And take it from someone who's been forged in the fire of painful third-dimensional experiences and come out the other side to that fifth-dimensional experience of love, peace, joy, and harmony. You don't want to miss this message. Now, I appreciate if you give this video a like, and also later on, go ahead and give the original video a like, which is in the notes. It's great karma because you're spreading the love. Okay, so today we're looking at Katrina Velarde, Go the Distance, which is, I believe, from the movie Hercules. Here we go. First of all, isn't she so pretty? My goodness, what a pretty young lady.
Wish 1075.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a hero's welcome will be waiting for me, where the crowd will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, this is where I'm meant to be. I'll be there someday. I can go the distance and I'll find my way. If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while. When I go the distance, I'll be right where I belong.
Wow, doesn't she have this beautiful, clear voice? So clear. The clarity on her voice is very special.
Down an unknown road to embrace my fate. Though the road may wander, it will lead me to you, and 1,000 truths would be worth my wait. It may take a lifetime, but somehow I see it through, and I won't look back. I can go the distance and I'll stay on track. No, I won't accept defeat. It's an uphill slope, but I won't lose hope. And I go the distance, and my journey is complete. But to look
Nice. That little up and down. What's that called? Folks, comment for me. First of all, give me a thumbs up if you're thinking this is such a wonderful video as I am. But also, when she goes, up and down and all this, I'm a singer, but it's just, I don't know the terms and all because I just do it for fun and I've always done it. Just, just casually sort of. So tell me what that is. Let's hear it again.
journey is complete. But to look beyond the glory is the hardest part. For a hero's strength is measured by his side.
Oh, I gotta hear that my goodness, we got to hear that again. That's so beautiful. And she's just building right into it, you know, all that builds up to it. Goodness, she did. Oh my goodness, that was wonderful. Wow, so powerful. Oh my goodness. So that was quite a beautiful rendition of that, wasn't it? And let's think now. So it's so beautifully done. Now there is, if we look at it from a fifth dimensional, so that's just her voice. Her voice is so uplifting, by the way. Her voice is so beautiful, so clear, so pure, and then so strong too when she wants to really belt that out there. Wow, you know. And she can just, you know, shoot up and down and all she wants to. She has lots of amazing facility with her voice. So that's just wonderful. And that is uplifting, right? That is uplifting to hear a beautiful song that lifts you up. And the song is about that hero's journey to be a hero, to be that Hercules. And that's been what we've lived inside of, like, for all these many, many, many hundreds of thousands of years. It's always been that story of a hero's journey of overcoming adversity. Adversity is so inspiring to us. So in that sense, that's a very inspiring song and doing what you have to do to overcome. Now on my scale of third dimensional, which is a 1, and fifth dimensional, which is a 5, well, we have to think in terms of when we get to 5D, there's actually no more need for heroes because there's nobody out there to save because everyone is living this wonderful life. So we have to, on a level, give up our love and our attachment to that hero who saves people, right? And who is who we all look up to, because everybody, by the way, that is on a par with each other, everybody, we'll say everybody looks up to each other. They're all wonderful. Everyone is wonderful, and no one is feeling a need to be better than anyone else because we all know our true divine power, who we are. So in that sense, it's a third dimensional story, but it's a very inspiring third dimensional story. So it kind of brings us higher and higher. The feel of it brings us higher and higher. So I would probably give this one about a 4 on my scale of 1 to 5 in terms of pulling us in the direction of 5D, but still having some of those old stories and whatnot of the third dimension. But a great song, beautiful Katrina Velarde. This Wish 107.5 seems to find all the best artists, doesn't it? So, all right, my 5D message. Oh, first of all, I wanted to remind y'all that if you have any interest in checking out who I am and a little bit more about me, you can go to the About Lorelei page. You can go to my, on YouTube, description, drop down, and go to the Patreon About Lorelei. I think support resources, etc. It'll be About Lorelei, though. I have a couple Patreon pages, and you can look and see. And if there's anything, any way I can be of service to you in any way. And actually, I'm making a video. I have just made it. I have to edit it and whatnot. that will tell you a little bit about my journey, all the things, many things I've learned, and the different ways I might be able to bring that to your life to have a great life. So enough said about that. My 5D message today is, what does the passage to 5D look like and feel like and mean? So first of all, what does it mean to pass from to 5D? So first of all, what we need to remember is that it's a consciousness shift, right? So we have the third dimensional consciousness, which is fear, pain, separation, anger, isolation, not being close to God. All of that is the third dimension. And then we have the fifth dimension, where we are part of the divine. We're always part of the divine. We know we're part of the divine. We know we're part of all the whole family of light. We feel that love in enormous quantities coming at us all the time. We have our powers of divine abilities, such as telepathy and being able to go from one place to the next in a blink of an eye, being able to transform into different kinds of physical forms and so forth. We got like tons and tons of those powers. But so that's what it means. It means to pass from this really powerless place of third dimensional. I mean, you could be a little more powerful or a little less powerful, but still in all, you don't have your divine powers for the most part in third dimension, to that powerful place and being part of that great family. So that's what we're talking about. And it does entail, it is a shift in consciousness. But in order for our bodies to accept all that consciousness, that fifth dimensional knowing and understanding, we're going to need to our brain is going to need to open way up. All those areas of the brain that have been closed off for so long, those are going to open way up. Our body is going to need to also be shifted and changed to accept that flood of light, like massive amounts of light coming through the body. So as we speak, as we're going through the photon belt and that high photonic light is coming at us, it is doing these things. It is activating our DNA so that we can shift from a carbon-based physical body to a crystalline base, which will be able to accept all that light. And it is also doing things with our brain and so forth, opening up areas a little at a time, not in an amount that we can accept, not in an overwhelming way. So that's kind of what it means. Now, what does it look like and feel like? So as we understand it, there's going to be a time when a large amount of the population all at once is going to move up. And then a little later on, there'll be a time where another large amount will move up. And then later, another large amount. So there'll be like 3 waves, as we understand it, where they're going to move through whatever the process is to get to the other side, to be in that divine space. And once you have that, you're going to start to work on bringing back all of those divine abilities that we once had when we were in the higher realms. And some of us are going for the first time. So you're going to learn it, though. You're going to learn all those things, and it's not going to come exactly automatic, but you'll be able to learn it pretty quickly. And as we understand the process, so we've heard people who have come close to it, and they've told their story of that. And we've heard people who have gone all the way through it and then come back to speak to us from the other side. For instance, the Ascended Masters, who speak through channeled messages, and for instance, Yeshua, who came back. Okay, so we've heard the stories of kind of what it's like, but the only thing I can say is, as we understand it, this is going to be like moving up from, it's called, by the way, the Condalini Rising. So the energy rising from the base of your spine, the Kundalini energy, the love energy, rising from the base of your spine all the way up your spine and finally coming up to your crown completely, right? And then bursting out, right? So you will feel that kind of like bliss, that kind of love, like this overwhelming sense of bliss as it rises up to each of the different areas of your body, right? And it'll be hitting each area, and you'll be like, oh yeah, this is great, this is wonderful, oh, this is so great, this is so wonderful, this is it's the big O word, right? It's the biggest O you've ever experienced, right? And it's like, oh, and then finally get to this, and it's like, whoa, when the brain opens up fully and all the information comes in, and it's like, whoa, and it's shifting the cells of your body, and your body is shaking and moving as it's accepting this, as it's changing over, and the bliss and the bliss and the O word and the O word and the O word and the O word, until finally there you are on the other side, and you have the full, like you have the understanding, the knowing that we could never possibly know with our little limited brain. In fact, that's the purpose of the brain. The purpose is not of the brain is not for us to know and understand. It's for us to block out all that information which would have kept us from being able to live a life of separation. To block out everything that told us that we're divine and we are magical and we are children of the great divine and we have all these abilities and have all these powers and have all this connection. How could we live a life of separation and learn what we've learned here in the world of separation if we had all that knowledge? So the brain had to come in and keep all that from us. So we have that, like, oh my God, and by the way, it won't come to you till you're ready for it. So I wouldn't worry about that. But if you are ready for it, you might at one point go, oh, am I ready? I don't know if I'm ready. So you might not want to do that because that could hold you back from that whole experience. But again, in communication with your higher self, you can decide when you want to go, if you want to go and all of that. But you don't want to be, if you want to go, let go of all the thoughts and the ideas and stuff like that about being nervous, being concerned, leaving people behind. This is why we need to also cut our attachments with our loved ones, even those we love deeply and dearly, but they have their own path and we have our own path. Our children, our spouses, our mothers, our sisters, all of them all have their own path. So we don't want to have in that moment of bliss going up and saying, here I come, and they go, I don't know if I should, because then you're not going to go in that wave. You'll go maybe in the next wave or the next wave, if there is one, if you're not in the third wave. So consider that letting go of all those attachments, letting go of all the worries, the concerns, the fears, etc., and just being in that bliss, being in that. And by the way, once you're up there, it's all bliss. It's all a constant big, blissful oh. It's like, oh yeah, this is great. This is wonderful. And I've experienced it, not quite at that full level, but I've experienced, the feeling of it for sure. Now, what else did I want to say about that? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Yeah, not having concern of what you look like, because guess what? When all people are going all at once at one time, a whole bunch of people, that means there's going to be a big flood of light coming in. And that light is going to be huge and enormous, and it's going to affect everyone. So don't be concerned or worried what anyone is thinking about or looking at you and thinking. Just let it go. Go with the flow. Because quite frankly, they're not thinking about you at that moment. They're thinking about what that light is doing to them. Even the ones in the second wave or the third wave, if you're in the first one, they're still getting it. They're still getting changes. They're still getting huge shifts from that light coming in. So not to worry about anyone else, just yourself, and be in that. And again, it is nothing to be afraid of. It's a very natural process for this particular time, at this historic time on Earth. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. To finally open up the floodgates to all that's out there and connect to it and feel it and know it and be with it and have all that love, and way more love than you can imagine. So I'm sending you that beautiful love right now. The love, the peace, the joy, the freedom, the the bliss, and the whole thing. Sending it to you right now. Namaste. I honor the God in you.
How we love you. How we love you. How we love you. How we love